Hey, this is Angela. Welcome to my FlossTube. Angela loves to stitch. Hey y'all, it's Angela, and I just wanted to come on here. I'm doing this clip separately and putting it at the beginning because the next clip that you see, I am just all out of sorts. All out of sorts. It was later at night. It was starting to get dark. I was trying to get through things. I was confused. I was tired. You'll hear it. Just ignore it. I'm trying this new way of doing the videos and just kind of piecing them together because it works actually better for me because it keeps me a little bit more organized and I can remember what I've stitched on. So I apologize in advance for how I am, and maybe you'll but I think I explained how I'm doing like my kind of like rotation that I've started. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. There's also something I need to do and add in this clip. I had a comment or a question on one of my videos about how I'm stitching my full coverage. And I'm actually stitching it in Royal Rose or a version of Royal Rose. If you're watching this video, and I cannot remember because I have to go on my phone, which I'm actually filming with, to pull up who made the comment. But if you can go to just look up Royal Rose on like Facebook or Instagram. Also, you can go on YouTube and you can actually search Royal Rose, and there are several videos of the person who I think came up with this concept, who explain it so much better than I would. I am doing a version of that. I don't follow it exactly. I kind of just do it kind of like, basically, let me see if I can. Okay. Basically, okay, let's just say this is a square, 10 by 10, 10 stitches by 10, 100, with 100, a block, whatever, on your fabric. If it's gridded, like 10 across, 10 down. Okay, so when I part, and here's like another one that's underneath it. So when I'm stitching, I try to stitch the same symbol down all the way to these two, okay? Through two of them. And then I park it in the two underneath. And I park it at the highest it gets. Like in those two blocks. Like say this is, I'm stitching the symbol is, a star, okay? And so I stitch all the stars in this first block, and I stitch all the stars in the second block, and then I look in these two blocks below, and I look for the first star I come to, and I park it in that one. So, and if there's not any below, then I'll look over here next to it and see if there's any in this one. So I either go these two next to it or these two down, if that makes any sense. And in all my projects, you'll see tons of hanging threads. Well, I've parked it there. They're parked there. And so I just look on Pattern Keeper, and it shows that I have a thread parked there. And so I make sure the color is showing that same, that they're matching. And I lift up all the other ones. I never, because I'm parking it at the highest one, I never have to go up in those threads that are hanging and parked above it. Oh, I start with the lowest part. I start with the lowest part symbol and then work my way up also, is what I forgot to say. So that way I'm never having to go back in here and try to I'm always working this way down. That was a terrible, terrible explanation, I know. But let me just say that one more time. When I park a thread, I park it either 2 blocks over here or 2 blocks underneath here, okay? And say I parked it in one of these 2 blocks, okay? But anyway, I always park it the first symbol that I see, the first, like say star that I see, I park it there. And then when I'm actually stitching, I will start with the lowest parked symbol and work my way up. Maybe that was a little bit more clear. If not, send me a message. All right. Okay, y'all. I literally just almost cried. I really almost cried because I've been working so hard trying to get everything organized and have a new plan and a new like rotation type of thing. And I had purposely put my projects that I worked on for the past week in all these cubbies. And then I took them out to show and I couldn't find 2 of them. So I've been searching and searching. One of them was shoved down the bottom of one of these things. And the other one I put back in my closet, which I wasn't supposed to do. Anyway, I will get the hang of it. I will get the hang of it. It's hard being organized. For me it is. Anyway, let me take a sip of water. Because I feel like I just had a workout looking for these stupid projects. Okay. So what I'm done and what I'm going to do from now on is probably do several clips every day or every 2 days or something, so I don't have to do it all at one time. But my plan is that every week I'm going to have like a rotation, it's like a category for every day of the week. And I have the tiny decision wheel, which will pick what I stitch on. This is going to help me work on more things than I have been, and focus on some things that I've been wanting to focus on. So in addition to the 7 projects, and some of those can fall in different categories or like multiple categories, which you'll see later on, you'll understand. They can also, anyway, so there's a chance like I could stitch on them, I guess, more than once a week, but you'll see what I'm saying. In addition to those projects, I have like a focus project every week that I would like to work on. And on the focus project that I choose for that week, and I really just have 2 focus projects. So I'm trying to alternate because I don't want to get tired of it. I can stitch at least 20 minutes a day. And because I know I usually do more, but not more than 43 minutes. Add 20 minutes onto there. I chose 23 because it's 2023. The reason why I don't want to stitch on it more, unless I just have time. But if I feel comfortable stopping, at 43 minutes, I don't want to get sick of it. And especially if I'm doing it every day. So we'll see how that goes. I might change those plans. So I'm just going to start with what I've stitched on as my focus piece this past week. And I'm only going to show this, probably just once a week, I guess, or whenever it's the focus. But this was the Boho Seaside View from Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I'm right up here in this first page right here, which is basically a curtain. And it is, there it is. And I'm not even to 1% yet. So, but I will show you in the next clip if I got any further, which will be in a couple days, I guess. Well, I'm gonna go from Thursday to Thursday, I think. Just because I started on Thursday, because I think it was June 1st. I think so. Okay. So it's not going to be the traditional, Monday through Sunday, or This is gonna be Thursday through, is it gonna be Thursday through Friday or Thursday through Wednesday or Friday through Thursday? See, I'm already confusing myself. I'm gonna show you what I stitched on. Okay, so I started last Thursday. And Thursday is gonna be my fancy things Thursday. So these are my fancy things. These are, you know, fancy ladies like from Bella Filipina or Mirabilia, or things with sparkly threads or beads. Okay, so I have a good selection of things in this category. And I did not actually spin the wheel for this one. I was actually working on it, and you've already seen it. But on Thursday, and this is the last day I worked on it, last Thursday, was Bella Filipina's Pontus and Thalassa. I don't know how you pronounce that, so that's how it's coming out of my mouth. And it's the mermaid and the merman. It's beautiful. And so far, and this really doesn't look any different than what I showed you before. Which side? On this beautiful fabric that I think I got from Fabrics by Stephanie. It's called Kaleidoscope, I think. But that's where I'm at. So, no beads or anything in that yet. But I really enjoyed stitching on that, or getting started on that. So, that was what I stitched on Thursday. Okay, then, and I can put that up now. Then on Friday is full coverage Fridays. Full coverage Fridays. And I spun the wheel, and I chose this one. Another one from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's called Summer Nights, and it's by Hannah Lynn. And there is, it doesn't have lines in it. That's my printer. So it's just like girls sitting on the dock with some big moon, some fireflies in the background. And I'm doing this very differently because I'm stitching it on a piece of a monk's cloth that I got at like Hobby Lobby or someplace, pretty cheap. It's huge, and it's gonna be big. And right now, all I'm doing, let's see, that's from a different project. All I'm doing is stitching like the black outline. So that's what I've done. Can you see it? I really just worked up in the trees here. And there's a lot of black in here, so I'm just gonna throw it over there. I'm not even folding it up. Not right now, not now. So that was Friday. And then Saturday, and this is a project that I couldn't find. I was getting real mad about it. I don't have a cover for this. It's on my iPad, but it's okay. You'll be okay. This one is, I need to print that out. Oh, just reminds me. This one is called, it's by Reflet de Soie. I don't know how to say it, but I sound pretty fancy when I'm trying to say it, or just ridiculous. But this one is called Oh Marie. And it is on, and I worked on that border. The border that's all around it is going to be these like pink flowers in their leaves. I'd already done that Marie, I guess, before, and then I worked a little bit on this like flower pot thing, and then over here on the border right here. But it is on Vintage Country Mocha. And anyway, I really like it. So that's what I worked on Sampler Saturday. Do you like Do you like my categories? I do. Okay. Then on Sunday is Sunday stitching. And everything that I have in my Sunday stitch wheel has to do with like, you know, has to have kind of like a religious theme, I guess, somehow. So I'm gonna have like all the nativities that I'm working on, and then any like samplers that have like, you know, some sort of scripture in them, or I've got 2 samplers that one's called And They Sinned. It has Adam and Eve in it, and it's the big one. And then another one called All Is for an Apple that also has Adam and Eve in it. And then I've got the nativity figures. Anyway, I got quite a bit on the Sunday stitch, and I chose the nativity figures to stitch on. And so, in case you don't know what those are, that is the nativity figures. This is from, it says designed by Sandy Orton, and it's put out by Cooler Classic Charts. It was also, I think, maybe a Janlin kit. But so the one I'm working on right now is, who am I working on? Mary, I believe. Right there. And that's how far I've gotten on Mary. And over here is the baby Jesus from another time. But this is Mary. And I did pretty much probably about 300 stitches. I did like 3 blocks across here on Sunday. On Saturday and Sunday, now this weekend was different because we were here all weekend, but a lot of times I'm really busy and I don't have the time to stitch. So the Saturday and Sunday ones might not get a whole lot of work. I don't know. We'll see. So that was Sunday stitching. Monday was a Make It From a Kit Monday, or Made From a Kit or something. I don't know what it says on the thing. So I have a lot of kits, and so I put them on my wheel, on the decision wheel, chose for me, and I chose, what's today? Is today Tuesday? Okay, it is. For some reason I was thinking it was Wednesday. Okay, so this was yesterday. Monday, I stitched on this Dimensions Gold. It's called Peonies, is that how you say it? And Canterbury Bells. And it is by Albert Williams. That's the design is by, who the design is by. And there is where I'm at. So really, I worked on some of this fill-in, and then some of these blue flowers. So look at the background though. It's weird how it's kind of looks like faded or modeled or whatever. Anyway. Okay, so that was Made From a Kit Monday. I mean, I was really struggling to come up with some of these names to go with the days. Okay, I'm just gonna have to wait. It's gonna be too loud. Okay, today is Tiny Things Tuesday. Okay, like I said, I struggled a little bit with the names, but what I'm going to be stitching on Tuesday are tiny things. Either a designer or pattern that has the word tiny in it, which the only one that I have is from Tiny Modernist. And is it modernist or modernista? I've been watching some videos lately and I swear people were saying modernista. And I was like, I thought it was modernist, and maybe I'm wrong. I haven't looked at the chart lately. Anyway, so things that have the word tiny in them, or small, or a small project, a smaller project, because I usually do big ones, something that's small, like the nativity figures would actually go into that category. Or something that uses tiny stitches, has tiny stitches in it, like 1/1, or something with small little beads. And I'm just saying that way because I did actually spin the wheel and it chose a project that I started last Christmas. It's a peyote bead project, and it uses tiny little beads. And I'm getting this out because I want to see if there's a picture in here that shows you what it is. Because I have to show you the picture because it's just really hard to, oh, there it is. It's really hard for me to explain. But, and I had to, and since it's been so long since I actually worked on it, I had to actually get up this morning and kind of reteach myself how to do it, which is kind of crazy, but it's not hard. It's not hard. Okay, and the beads, you know, let me get these gold ones out. You know, they're not, they're the, you know, these are tiny. These are the number, I think they're number, I don't know what number they are. I know it says on here somewhere, but does it say on the pattern? Size 11. Delica size 11. That's what these are. So the project I'm working on is this. It is a nativity, which said this one would actually fit into the Sunday theme. It is an heirloom beaded ornament from Deb Moffitt Hall. And this was the pattern I purchased from Patterns to Beads. And it's supposed to look, let me fold this over, like this. Okay, so this thing wraps all the way around, like it's just a regular, like, I think like 2.5 inch gold Christmas ball that you hang on your Christmas tree. And then, so the first thing you do is bead this thing, and then you make like the netting and then these dangly things. And I've got all the beads and everything for it. I'll show you. I mean, in addition to the you know, Delica beads. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. Just following a pattern. Isn't that cool? I think it's awesome. And it's fun, and it's really easy to do. This part is. So, I work on it like this way and bead up. And then the beads that I purchased from, I don't know where I got these. I can't even remember, to be honest with you. I ordered them from a place in like Australia or someplace because I had such a hard time finding all these different kinds of beads. Like I got some of these bugly things. These are to make like the netting on top. And then some of those. These are like just like gold discs. And these thingies. Those. Yeah, I tried to like go on and order some of these from someplace and I just couldn't find the ones I needed. And then those. So, I mean, this project actually ended up costing kind of a lot to do, but it'll be an heirloom once I get finished. And it's okay if the ball drops on the ground when I run into it and it shatters into 5 million pieces, because the glass ball is not what costs a lot. I have a lot of those, and you can get those anywhere. It's this thing that goes over it. This thing that goes over it won't break. So anyway, so I worked on this today. That's what my wheel chose for the tiny thing. Then I also worked on another project, which is also putting tiny little stitches in something. Trying to keep the theme. And I might take you over there to see it. I'm starting over. Well, you know what? I'm just probably not even going to mention it, because it's never going to get finished. I'm not even talking about that one. Okay, so then so I worked on the tiny beads, and every day I worked on my focus piece, the boho seaside view. So tomorrow it will be Wednesday. Oh, and Wednesday is Keep Warm Wednesday, because Wednesday is the day that I get to work on my Afghans or my blankets. I mean, like I have two stitched Afghans that I'm working on, 2 or 3. Not even including like this one, the one that's on the big monk's cloth Afghan thing. I'm gonna throw that in there with the Afghans too. Maybe. No, I won't. I probably won't. And then I've got one that I'm working on a loom, and it's knitting. I'm knitting something on a loom, and so that counts in there towards the project. And was there anything else? Keep Warm Wednesday. If y'all can think of something else, let me know. I mean, I was like, what can I was just trying to fit in everything into a certain category. So I might put that one because it's big. And I've got some other like baby quilt type things that could also go in there too. That I would and I don't have to work on them all day. My goal, like I said, when I choose decision wheel, I only have to do 23 minutes. If I want to work, now this is the different rules for the projects I choose. 23 minutes, but I can work on it as long as I want to after that, or stop. The focus piece, I have to stop because I'll get burnt out. I know myself. Anyway, okay, I'll be back tomorrow and let you know, what I chose. And I'll probably do Thursday too, just because I didn't really choose one from that one. Anyway, and then don't you love my plan? I look so tired right now. I think just my frustration from looking for those projects wore me out. I might go to bed. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey y'all, today's Thursday, June 8th, I believe, and I am having a great day just getting on Instagram and looking at everyone's exciting pictures of StitchCon. I was supposed to be at StitchCon. I registered back in October, but we have had some things come up, some financial things, unexpected and expected. A wedding we have to attend and go to that's at a very expensive place. Anyway, it is what it is. And then some unexpected things. We've had some things that we need to have fixed. And then I had surgery, actually 2 surgeries in January and February. and I'm now having to pay for all those. All the bills are trickling in, and that's why I'm up here. I'm in my, this is my office space, and that's what I'm doing today, is I'm organizing my office space and paying bills. So while y'all are at StitchCon having a great time, this is what I'm doing. So I'll think of you, and don't think of me because it's not fun, but I'll think of you. And I really, really am enjoying looking at everybody's pictures. It brings back such great memories of last year when I went by myself. It was a bravery thing. It was a thing that I wanted to do for myself. I've never been to a retreat before. So I decided to go to the very biggest and best retreat. And I went not knowing really anyone, never meeting anyone in person. I talked to a few people on like Instagram. You know, besides that, I flew by myself. I stayed by myself at the hotel. That's something I'd never done before, really. And just kind of, you know, was on my own for the entire time. And I say on my own for the entire time, I was really on my own for about a half a day. The night that I got there, getting to the hotel, checking in, getting to our room, figuring what to eat, and then after I actually got into StitchCon, I made tons of friends. So, I mean, I met everyone at my table 14. I met all of them, and we ate together and laughed together. And you guys will, if this is your first time going to StitchCon, I hope that you have as good a time as I had last year. Anyway, so today is Thursday, like I said, and I'm going to show you what I worked on yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday, which I have deemed Keep Warm Wednesday. And this is the day that I spin the tiny decision wheel and pick to stitch one of my cross stitch Afghans, cross stitch quilts, my loom knitting quilt that I have, and my paper piecing quilt. I work on one of those for at least as long as I can. For at least 23 minutes. I usually just work on it all day long. You know, I don't know how many hours. I don't keep track of that. I tried to, but I kept forgetting to start and stop the timer and all that kind of stuff. And so I was like, ugh. So anyway, I'm gonna go get it and bring it and show you what I worked on yesterday. And I also worked on my focus piece, which was the Boho Seaside View by Amy Stewart, which I already showed you. I'll show you where I got to because I'm actually gonna be finished with that now. I'm concentrating this next week or rotation on another one. So I will be right back. And there's Boho Seaside View. And by the way, this does not have the lines in it. I guess I told you that, but I just wanted to clarify. This is just like a gridded by page, like a page by page grid that they do on Heaven and Earth Designs. And I printed it out. And this is where I got to. So I filled in more of this curtain, this red part here. And I will pick back up with this in a couple of weeks probably, or whenever it's called on, if it's called on full coverage Friday. I love my days. Okay, now I'm gonna go get the other thing that I chose, or that I worked on yesterday. Okay, for Keep Me Warm, Keep Me Warm Wednesday. I love the things I come up with. I chose Rainforest Afghan. So this is actually, this design was put out by, it's designed by Robert White and model stitched by Betty Hanner. And then Anyway, this was put out by Graphworks International. I found this chart because I think it's out of print. I found it on eBay for a very good price, and I was like, I've got to have it. So this is it, and this is an Afghan, okay? Then I found the Afghan. It has all these rainforest critters in it, okay? So the Afghan I actually found also, I think I may have found it on eBay or Etsy. Hold on a second. I'm drinking electrolytes because I feel like I'm dehydrated. Okay, so what I was saying, take a look, and there's like a picture, a close-up of part of it. So this is done, this is a 5 blocks by 6 blocks. It is a big Afghan. And the Afghan that I found on eBay, which goes with this pattern, is called like Hearthside, which I don't even think they make anymore. And I'm really lucky that I found one because I think they're hard to find, I think. Or maybe it was just out of stock somewhere. So I'm working actually in this very first block right here. And it'll probably, once I finish this, and this has taken me a long time. So there's a lot of stitching in there actually. But where I'm at, and I'm getting closer to, you know, and you can't, let me just take this off. See, and I've got this big Afghan, ugh. Gotta use my strength. And this Q-snap, and it's kind of hard to do, but let me just see. So there is where I'm at pretty much. I've started on this floral part, and I've still got, you know, some to go on that. I still have to finish the parrot, and I started working on the rainbow. And I don't know if you can, I think you might be able to tell in this video. Can you tell the sparkle in it? It is, each of these, because I think this is 14 count, it uses 3 strands of floss, but it's really easy, you know, to stitch on because it's like kind of like, it's like Ada really. And on this, gotta pick this up. This is just part of the beginning of the rainbow. It is 3 strands of floss plus 2 strands of like a blending filament to kind of give it that sparkle. But I heard a car. And let me just show you how big this is gonna be. 1, 2. Sometimes I look at it and like make sure that I'm going the right way. Wouldn't that be awful to have stitched it the wrong way? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and it'll just keep going. And each block has its own separate pattern. So it's not, and then it just keeps going. And on the back, I'll show you the back in case you're interested. It looks like that. And there, ooh, that was a very flattering, I keep hearing banging. Anyway, so there it is, Rainforest Afghan. And that's what I worked on yesterday, and that's it. So, I think this is gonna wrap up, and I'm sorry, well, I might have to do an intro video before this to kind of explain how confused I was at the beginning of the first clip. But I think this is gonna end my wrap up. It'll be a lot more organized the next time, I'm pretty sure, because I hope I can do these like, what is that noise? I gotta go check on that. Did y'all hear that banging? It was loud, wasn't it? I gotta go check and see what that is. Anyway, that's it. I will be making clips and let you know what I do during the week. I'll add more of that into it. I didn't do that for this first one because I was behind, but it'll get better, I promise. All right, see y'all later. Bye. Have fun at StitchCon, everyone. I found all the other ones. I think. Now I'm sitting here. I want to curse. That's what I want to do. I want to cuss. Because now I can't find another one. Okay, I'm just gonna have to just not